in.
Oh, they will for you.
All right. What is going on, Buff Nation? You know I'm not going to skip a day giving y'all some content. And luckily, man, Rawhide Media is here to tag team this video, this live stream with... Dude, you're upgrading. How are you doing tonight, Rawhide?
Oh, I thought you did that. Oh, I'm doing all right. I'm doing just fine. I'm just trying to get my head out the gutter. You know what I'm saying? Still kind of depressed from the loss, but I'm coming along. I'm coming along.
Well, man, that's good. Well, since we don't have a team to game plan for this week, I mean, getting ahead, talking UCLA, I'm all about that. But I thought we could open up this show with at least a portion of talking about, man, let's take a step back at the bye week and let's look and see, what have been some things that you or I have been right about or wrong about, and we can just kind of go back and forth. And y'all listening in the comments, of course, be sure to check in, hit that like, let us know who's watching. But you guys let us know, man. What were some things that you've been right about this team on? What are some things that you've been wrong about? I thought, man, I could start us off, man, with an interesting one, because I'll go with or I got a handful, from players to position units to the team, whatever. But I'll start with this. We can just kind of talk about this. I went on a show, somebody's show, maybe 2 or 3 weeks before the season started, and I said, man, Colorado, they're probably going to be one of the most watched teams in the Pac-12 this year. Boy, could I have not been more wrong on that. We are the most watched college football team like ever right now, man. It's absolutely insane. And we already have 1 week of like no viewership information from being on the Pac-12 network, whatever, man. We are blowing that everybody else out of the water. It has been insane. Colorado's the hot ticket. You want to watch this team, whether you want to watch it fail or whether you want to watch it succeed. Heck, yo mama, my mama is definitely watching Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffalo. She texts me after every game now, just happy that they won. It just, oh, I'm so sorry, honey. I can't believe they blew that 29-point lead. All of that, man. What was your expectation with the viewership, or how galvanized, I guess you would say, all of Prime Nation, Buff Nation would be coming into this year?
Well, just to be honest with you, you kind of took one of my right wrong. I mean, I went on the right side of it. I swear, I had that, and I figured, though, I thought that Colorado be lead the nation in viewership. I will be honest with it, because Coach Prime is so polarizing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Either you hate what he's doing, right, or you love what he's doing. So people are watching for confirmation. They want to see him fail, and we also want to see him succeed. So I figured it'd be. I thought they'd watch, and a lot of people was interested, especially if you listen to the, before the season started, all the doubters out there, right?
Yeah.
So they helping by pushing that narrative. All it's doing, and people who's on that narrative and believing that, you know what I'm saying? Those one who's smoking that particular type of narrative, bro. Them jokers right there, man. They watching every day, every game. You heard me? They trying to make sure they want to see him lose. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you stole that one from me.
Oh man, well, I'm sorry for stealing it from you, man. Hopefully you got a few in your back pocket that you can that you can steal from me, I guess. But what do you got? You want to start out with something you were right about or something you were wrong about?
Man, look, I might as well talk about the yin and the yang. You went, because I kind of think you were right about that. So you said led the pack. So I'm gonna I'm gonna say that's on the right side. And I'm going to kind of go, I'm going to go ahead and put a frown on everybody's face and talk about something I was wrong about. Bro, and the first one off top was being a well-coached team. Bro, you know what I'm saying? They lead the league. They are, well, first off, there's only one other team that's worse than them, and that's UMass. right? And penalties. They got 69 penalties, man, for 6 football fields and 23 yards. 623 yards of penalties. It's only one other team in college football that's been worse than Colorado as far as penalty goes. Now, let me just say this. I thought they would be a well-oiled machine because that Jackson State team was a very disciplined team. I loved how they played. You know what I mean? So they were a good coach team. I didn't have, honestly, I thought that would be a gimme in the bag. But, bro, you can't have 6 football fields and 23 yards and penalties. You just you can't do that. That is. What do you think about it?
Oh man, the penalties is a great one because again, man, we talk so much about special teams. We've talked about not running it enough, all these different things, man. But if we can just keep our hands from the opponent's face masks, we might have another win or two. On the record, man. There's been I think it's been clear since the Nebraska game that we get targeted to like be baited into like these personal fouls or these these excessive celebration or different things like that. And I think it's to the point now because of who we are, who this team is, who our coach is, we're going to be held to an unfair standard compared to random Joe Schmo school that might get a little extra physical after the whistle or might have a slightly excessive celebration. We're going to be judged more harshly, just like those Miami Hurricane teams were 20, 30 years ago. You should think about that.
Oh yeah, and in addition to that, let's not forget what putting the right amount of players on the field. You know what I'm saying? Can we get that figured out? But that Miami Hurricane, and honestly, the celebrations, those don't bother me. The personal fouls, I'm kind of on the fence with the personal foul deals. I mean, they're gonna catch the second guy. You got to be smarter than that.
Yep.
But like Travis got I guess he got an excessive celebration. I meant to ask you, did you even see what he did?
And, I can't even remember, man.
Bro, I can live with that. I can live with those. It's the 12 men on the field I can't live with, bro. That hurts me, man. That hits me right there. That's borderline special teams play bad.
Man, I might just at this wedding that I'm at during the UCLA game, man, I might just have to keep a flask on me, and you just might need to text me, man, every time we kick the ball out of bounds and every time we have a 12th man on the field to just, take a big swig of my flask or whatever. We might just have to make it a drinking game.
Exactly. Hey, bro, we won't make it through the game. We won't make it through the game.
No, man. Man, okay, I will go. I'll take this, man. We'll talk about the receiving group right now. I'll go with, man, another one that I was wrong with. Some of it has to do with injury. But I was wrong about who our leading receiver would be. I kind of always assumed that it would be Travis Hunter. And then after that, I was thinking Jimmy Horn. But nah, man, it's Zay Weaver. He has 50 receptions on the year for 631 yards, 4 touchdowns. That's a 12.6 average. He's been absolutely clutch in the red zone. He's, he even had a good return for us, on special teams a few weeks ago, which is great. He's a guy that's definitely playing himself into a very nice draft slot coming up this spring. Been very impressed with him, but he was somebody that, I was wrong about. He's been the leading receiver, man, right now. Any thoughts on this receiving group or Zay Weaver?
As a matter of fact, that was one of my rights there, but Nah, it wasn't Xavier Weaver in particular, but speaking on Xavier, I honestly I never really thought that Travis would be leading the team in receptions. Because even at Jackson State, I thought Kevin Coleman was a better wide receiver than Travis Hunter. Now, those in the chat listening, that does not mean Travis Hunter is not a good receiver. He is. He's an outstanding athlete. I love him. I love him to death. But I just thought Kevin Coleman was a little more polished. So rolling to this season, I kind of thought that Xavier Weaver would be the guy because even at his previous school, it wasn't Jimmy Horn, it was him.
No.
You see what I'm saying? And I like his smoothness. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I like how he, his footwork, how he comes off the line. I like Xavier Weaver. So I kind of felt that he would lead the team, especially being his last. I think this is his last season, is it not?
I think so. Yeah.
He had to put up some major numbers. You know what I mean? So I feel you on that. See, yours still kind of sound like a positive though. It still sounds like a positive.
I got some sad things I was wrong about, but I'll get to those later. But right now 50 receptions. His career high coming in was 53 in 2022. So he will break, that very soon, probably against UCLA. And then the most yardage he had was last year as well, 718. So I would imagine he's, at the very least 1,000-yard receiver for this team. When we get to a bowl game, he could definitely have, over 1,200 yards or something like that, double-digit touchdowns. He's been fantastic, and we got guys, that are going to come in next year with either expanded roles or, like Aaron Butler, who I feel like is going to play a lot immediately. That can, step up and replace some of that productivity, but we're going to miss him next year, man. That is for darn sure.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Piggybacking on that just a little bit more, I don't mean to extend it out too much, because you mentioned some recruiting.
Yeah.
I would like to see Coach Prime not take any wide receiver transfers. I would like to see that. You know what I mean? I think that if he can get those guys to stay, the people that he has, right? And he can bring in some high school wide receivers out, because the freshmen that he has now have a year of experience.
Yes.
Saying that promising. I know competition and all that, but I would like him to be strictly high school players from the wide receiver position, because I think he has enough experience and talent and foundation where he can start. They can kind of grow, because the wide receiver, which they're not bad now, but Shedeur makes them a lot better. But I would like to see the wide receivers become better, because this is Shedeur. Next year will be Shedeur's last season. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what I would wish, but that's just a little tangent there I want to touch since you spoke about some recruiting.
Hey, I love. I'm a fan of continuity, man.
Continuity, bro.
Yeah, continuity. Having Omari and Miller continue to work in, more time, more reps, all that. I would imagine that he's, at least right now, he'd be that guy expected to step up and fill that role full time next year. But yeah, hit me with another one, Rawhide.
All right, bro.
Steal one from me, man.
I'm piggybacking on the right, since we're talking about the wide receiver room, but how I'm approaching this is that offensively, I knew the Buffs would score points before the season. I knew it. I felt so strong in my heart, because I was basing that, because I knew Shedeur Sanders was that dude. I knew he was him. And I said, man, Colorado will be able to score a lot of points. That was one of my reasons in saying that outside of USC and Oregon, they could beat everybody. You know what I'm saying? They could, because they can put up enough points. So it's kind of also piggybacking on your wide receiver deal, because Shedeur Sanders even making them look even better. He had 2,420 yards passing, 72.3% completion rate, 21 touchdowns on just 3 picks. bro. I know that's an easy one. I understand, but I mean, I'm gonna say
There were
it,
people
and
who did not believe about that. Did not believe that would
it
be the case.
was, man, and I'm still gonna say it. He's the second best quarterback in college football. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, it ain't a better one. No one's having to tote the load like Shedeur Sanders is.
Mhm.
You feel what I'm saying? So, man, that's what I'm hanging my hat on, bro. I knew he was gonna be him. I knew
Yes.
he was him.
Man, he's what's made watching this team, man, so fun. Again, he's going to go down in CU history books, holding pretty much every, I think, as long as he comes back next year, man, he'll hold every record, whether it's single game, season, career record for passing. So, yeah, 3,200 yards on the dot is what he needs to get to. So he could get to that in the next two matchups, depending on how it goes. And then 28 passing touchdowns, I think, is the record. So he should get it there. I don't know if it's 28 total or 28 passing. I'll need to look at that. But nonetheless, I mean, he's going to blow that out of the water too. And then the single game, I'd still want to see that 8 touchdown performance from him. But, I'm not going to start getting too greedy. I can't be getting greedy now. All right.
Hey, I'm afraid if
Well,
you get 8 touchdowns, then they may be behind.
yes. That's very true. That's very true. Okay. I guess I'll go with a real something that I was wrong about on this one. That was, man, people will ask me, man, they don't got the size up front. What about CU in the trenches? And all spring and all summer long, I said, guys, if there's any conference that we can get away with having an average offensive line against, man, it is this Pac-12 conference. And man, they have been a pain straight in the booty hole this year, man. We've seen spurts of success, but overall, you cannot deny the facts that Shedeur is the most sacked quarterback right now in college football. He deserves better right now. Give me your analysis, Rawhide.
Well, first thing I got to ask you is, can you see my computer screen? You just said exactly what I wrote down. Bro, hey, can you, is there a trick to this? Hey, I'm wondering now, great. I understand you can't. I'm just joking, but bro, we must be doing things on the same page. Bro, I got it written right, bro. Let me just go ahead and pick it back up. I might as well just say it. You know what I'm saying? I said what you said. Pac-12 is better than normal. Offensive line would have performed better. That was my role. You just said that. Oh my God. Hey, but I agree, bro. I agree, man. I came in, bro. Let me tell you something, man. I'm not gonna say the other show's name, but it's a prominent show that covers the Bucs every day. They come on daily. And this individual, man, he kept talking about offensive line. Bro, I'm sitting here like, hey, I'm doing show after show. This is before the season. Show after show after show. Bro, I done hit it. Man, all my shows, I done hit them with, bro, why you worried about the offensive line? The Pac-12 don't even produce defensive tackles. Bro, I came with the info. I was like, bro, that's like the Pac-12 last year. The whole conference put 3 defensive linemen in the NFL draft. And one was in the second round, and 2 was in the 7th round, the last round. So, hey, bro, I was going in on him. You hear me? And then I was so wrong. I had to come back and say, I'm sorry. I ain't above being wrong. Listen, I was just like, bro, I'm sorry. Now, I didn't send it to him, but, bro, hey, man, I was just like, oh, and he ain't nobody like us, you know what I'm saying, to do it. He got this, it's a whole lot of those shows on. Yeah, y'all probably can figure it out, Kevin. But anyway, so I'm just like, bro, we get off the offensive line. You act like they going up against some premier players on the defensive line. And, bro, I was so wrong. I was so wrong. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to go that long, David. I apologize.
No, this is what this is for. This is why I wanted you on, man.
Yeah, bro. Hey, but it's amazing, bro. We on the same page. Same page.
Yeah, I wasn't worried about it at all, man. And then when you started supporting with the data, I was like, man, I don't have to be stressed at all about this offensive line, man. Like this. And then, we had a little bit of issues against TCU, but not really a ton, compared to some of the other games that we had. But it's like, I remember typing in and, talking, after week one, I was, man, this offense, man, this is just like the 2013 Broncos with Peyton Manning, man, where he threw 50 touchdowns, man. We're just going to score at will. I said, we're just going to score at will the whole entire season, man. And, that's my hope for next year. We haven't always been able to score at will, man, but, we're going to get there, man. We're going to get there. I think so.
Yeah, we will.
We just need to get some more big boys up front. All right. Well, I don't got a mirror here, man, so I can't show you my my next point, but get to it, man.
Well, bro, I'm going to go positive again and what I was right about. Okay, now, this is controversial. I understand this is controversial, what I'm about to say. But I feel like I am right about the Colorado Buffaloes secondary. I know people are like saying, no, they're not. But as you mentioned before, you have to play complementary football, right?
Yes.
You have to. The D-backs are only as good as the pressure that you apply up front. And we also got to understand this. We live in a day and time now in college football, and especially in the Pac-12. People like to throw the ball a lot. You're going to get beat sometime. Now, after saying all of that, I'm going to say this. Here we go. The Colorado Buffaloes is 17th in all of college football. Now, let me put that. That's tied for 17. Let me put that into some perspective. There's only, right, 4 better, meaning that there's somebody that has 13 picks. There's somebody that has 12 picks. There's a group that has 10. There's a group that have 9, and then Colorado comes in at 8. So it ain't like they 17, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bro, they right there in the mix of creating turnovers, picks, 17th in the country. And I knew, if you watch, and you've heard me say this before, if you watch that USC game, for example, because a lot of people watch that, Caleb Williams hold the ball for 6 and 7 seconds.
Yes.
Your D-backs are at a disadvantage, and he's not holding it for 6 and 7 seconds because he want to. He ain't trying to text back there. He's looking for an open man, an open guy.
Yes.
That's a reflection on how well the secondary has been playing. So I'm going to claim it. Now, I granted people put up a lot of yards on it. I understand and I know. I do know that. But what I'm saying, though, if they were playing complementary football, it would be even better.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that it ain't all on them. It's because they're back there too long trying to play defense. All right, what you think about it? I know it's controversial.
Hey, man, I'm in agreement with you there, man. It has to be about complementary football. Again, we've seen spurts of different position groups have their moments. But again, I mean, how many picks we got? 7, 8 interceptions, something like that?
8 interceptions.
Okay. Our total for last year was, just to put it in context, that's offensive. What the heck? I don't see it on here. I only see our passing, which we gave up 10 interceptions last year. INT total. We had 6 last year. So we've already eclipsed it, man. Half the games.
Bro, there you go. That's wonderful.
All right. I guess this one goes back to, when I started this channel. This was definitely something I was right about. And damn, it feels good. It feels good to have the evidence. It feels good to, have some video on it, whatever. But man, have not seen any comments for a while be like, just wait till they get blown out by TCU week 1. Hey, man, again, if you just did 30 minutes of research, man, on this TCU team, I have no idea why they were such a heavy favorite coming into this game. When, yes, did we lose half of our, 90% of our terrible team last year and then replace them with, in my opinion, for the most part, better players? And, did TCU just lose half their team? And no one wants to talk about it. Yeah, they lost 50% of their team, ton of starters. And, that game came down to who had the better quarterback. Chandler Morris was not the better quarterback that Saturday. Man, after months and months and months and months of saying that, we were going to give TCU some problems, it felt great. It felt great to see that happen, man. What'd you think about that first week?
Oh man, I again totally agree with you. TCU, what they lost, and again, the better quarterback in college will generally win the game for you. I knew Shedeur was going to come in. I knew they was going to be overly excited. You know what I mean? I agree. I got to agree with you 100%. Just 100%. Yeah, TCU, and let's be honest about it. Even that runner-up team, now they beat Michigan when Michigan actually beat themselves. You see what I'm saying? So, but they had squeaker after squeaker last year. So I already knew they wasn't even as good as they were. They weren't even that good as where they made their end result was not a testament of the type of team that they were. That is what I'm saying. So losing that amount of players, I felt like they were going to get TCU. Now I'm going to slide this in on you, right? This ain't about TCU because they're going to beat Utah too, Colorado. Write that down. But anyway, so that's just a little. That's just a little. That's just a little. I'm just a little hint out there. I'm just letting y'all know. Write it down. But
I love it. I love it.
For the same reasons why TCU really wasn't that good. You know what I mean? So, I got to agree with you on that. I really do. If you don't mind, let me just give a little shout out to Cam Seaman Craig, 12th in the nation in picks, and Trevor Woods, 43rd in the nation with picks. I meant to mention those guys earlier, so I apologize, but I just want to kind of give them guys a shout out. They are doing an outstanding job. But I agree with you, man. TCU. Yeah, I knew that wasn't there.
That felt so good, man. It was so vindicating, man.
Yes, it was.
What were you doing, man, when you were watching that game?
You didn't see? Man? I did the typewriter. Y'all go check my channel out. I did the typewriter after that game. I did, the MC Hammer. But see, a lot of y'all kind of new, right? New fans. And if you're young, you don't. Deion Sanders used to try to do music, and him and MC Hammer was tight. So after the game, I got on the show and did the typewriter across the camera, bro. I did the typewriter. That's how hyped I was about them winning.
Oh man, I have to check that out, man.
Yeah, you got to look that up, man. Yeah, I got to look that up.
I gotta go see it. You got any more left? I still got a few.
Yeah. I got some. I've been majorly positive. I'm about to be a little negative here, so y'all bear with me. What I was just dead wrong about. I thought that the defensive ends would have performed much better than what they have performed. I thought that. I'm like Jordan Dominique. I thought Jordan Dominique would lead in sacks, which he is leading, but I thought it would be a little more prevalent, a little more sacks. And I knew that the defensive tackles, I knew that was going to be a sore spot. But I'm like, I ain't really worried about that. This is a passing league. Those defensive ends, I even said this, and I know, man, I'm about to sound stupid as all out. I said that Colorado was going to have the best defensive end group in the conference. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, I said that. How wrong could I? I mean, you got Jordan Dominique come from the SEC, bro. You see what I'm saying? You got sy'veon Smalls. He finna come in and try to, you know what I'm saying, do what he didn't do in Oregon, bro. Oh, you know what I'm saying? You got Tajay Austin, bro. You got Arden Walker from Missouri, bro. Yeah. You got Derek McClendon from Florida State. And let me just tell you about these dudes. Jordan Dominique, 27 total tackles, 3 sacks. Taj Austin, 17 tackles, 2.5 sacks. sy'veon Smalls, 2 total tackles. 2. Arden Walker, 4 total tackles and 1 sack. Darren McClendon, 8 total tackles and 1 sack, bro. I was wrong, man. I was so wrong. I was so wrong.
Oh. Yeah, man. I don't know if I went that far, but that was definitely like I was expecting a little bit more, man, than what we've seen, and particularly, man, out of Savell Smalls. That's been something that I was really hoping for, is that like this change of scenery, man. We'd really see some flashes from him of kind of the player Washington was hoping he'd become. At this point, I'm just kind of like, based off his high school tape, why the hell not like move him to tight end, man? That could be kind of interesting, or I don't really know, man. I can't explain it.
I can't read people's minds. I don't know, but it looks like it's more mental, and not that he don't know what he's doing, but having that want to, that because he got the body, the body, bro. And when you got a body like that, you generally in high school you get rated high because you got the bodies and physique. Then because you're so much stronger than your peers, they just add on to the star rating, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's up here. You know what I mean? Because there's no reason why he shouldn't be the second or third best defensive end.
I agree with you. All right. What should I say? You want me to do something I'm right about or something I'm wrong about?
Oh man, you go ahead. Just whatever you want. We probably got the same thing.
I'm gonna bait you with this one. I'm just gonna bait you a little bit, okay? I'm just taking a slice out of the. I don't even know if that's a saying, a slice out of the pie. But I got to be honest, man. I thought Jace Feely was going to be that guy place kicking, man. I thought he was going to be our guy. I didn't even think that it would be a question that we'd see him take every field goal before the season, every kickoff before the season. And, it has right now the performance has left, much to be desired. So I'm just going to take the assist on this one, man. You go ahead and take this one home.
The sheer fact that we got to talk about special teams is an indictment in itself. I mean, the sheer fact that we're discussing special teams tells you how bad this position group is. Jace Feely, man. Hey, I can't even say. I don't even know the appropriate words to describe his foot. He's like his foot is like a 12-gauge shotgun. It just goes everywhere. It's strong, but it just goes everywhere, bro. Like, why you can't control the ball more than that? I'm sorry. You knew that was the source. I don't even. You shouldn't even brought that up. Okay, I'm trying. I'm sweating here. I am perspiring. That's how bad. And it should be. Why is it so hard? So I'm gonna say this. I like Jace Feely because I like his father. His father was a great, outstanding kicker, right? And so I like him because of his father. I even like his attitude and his demeanor.
Yes.
My brother, man, gonna have to learn some accuracy on that ball. He need to go just play soccer. Go play soccer in your off time. You know what I'm saying? To get some accuracy, some touch. And hey, guys, I ain't even talking about field goals now. Just don't kick it out of bounds on kickoffs. I mean, you got sideline to sideline. Just kick it out there.
We're just kicking it, just straight into the dirt, man. That's happened on a couple of these, man. Just
the onside kick was so bad, David. I'm like, first off, my question was, why did y'all even have him do that? Why didn't you have Ma to kick the onside kick, bro?
Yeah, dude, right? I mean, I'm there with you. I would expect that, being from Honduras, man, he can do all sorts of things kicking the ball. All sorts of different tricks.
Soccer player.
Yes.
fucking player.
Yes.
I saw him one well off. They asked him to kick something across the field and do something. Man, he was on the money. I'm like, he wasn't kicking the field goal. He just kicked the ball. It was just accurate. I'm like, accuracy is what you need on a onside kick. Why he ain't
Mata
kicking?
don't miss.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm sorry. They usually brought the special teams up, bro.
Oh man, well, I wanted to mention too, man, about like my first, the first time like the little seed of doubt, was planted in this unit was of course back in April, man. I'm freezing my butt off, it's like 25 degrees, it's snowing, I have a beer in my hand, I can't feel my hands, and they go out there to kick that thing, and I don't know, I forget if Feely was here. I think he was here in the spring. I don't know if it was Mata or Feely or whatever, but on that first place kick, man, or I forget, one of them was of course blocked straight up the middle, but it was like we saw one of these kicks where he just freaking straight up kicked it into the back of one of the offensive linemen, man. And I just remember TCU, man. I was wondering, I was like, man, guys, I just want to see this thing protected, cleanly, man. I don't care if it goes in or not. Nah, man, just blocked first kick of the season, man. We got to get this together in the bye week.
Bro.
Please, man.
I know. Hey, bro, he's so bad. They took the D off his chest. You got to be bad.
Oh, they took
he ain't had no D off his chest. He ain't have a D on. He ain't have a D on.
Who'd they give it to? They give it to Bishop, man. He needs one.
I don't know, bro. He ain't have a D on. Now, I don't know if because it was different uniforms or whatever the case may be, but hey, yes, we're happy, Slap. We are happy people, Slap. But so I don't know if
Feely lost lost the D.
Yeah,
I don't know if I should have phrased it like that, but it's
yeah, he didn't have a D on, bro. I was like, they took the D off of this thing. Damn. Which is bad. And I hate that, man. Because honestly, if you look at him, he looks like a tough kicker. He kind of reminds me of that dude from the Aztecs, San Diego State. Remember him? He got drafted, then they kicked him off the team, then they found out he didn't do nothing wrong.
Oh yeah, the punt god, was that his name or something like that? His nickname?
Yeah. So he kind of reminds me of him, but
like Sebastian Janikowski, that dude was just a gangster, man, as a kicker.
Yeah, bro. But turns out he got a shotgun leg. Yes. It's strong, but it ain't accurate.
Panda, are you saying Mark Vassett now has the dog label on his chest? Because dude, he straight up kicked it into the chest of the USC defender, man. We can't just hand these out. We can't just hand these out. Did that really happen?
Right. I think they're right. So I don't know. I didn't see it. I heard somebody else say Vassett had that deep.
Man,
must be desperate.
Nah, man. Bishop Thomas, man, give that man. That man was playing in all. That man has played in all three phases of the game, man. He's our only other Travis Hunter, man. We've seen him on kickoff return. We've seen him on offense, blowing guys up on lead blocks, and then obviously we've seen him do a little bit of work on the defensive line. But yeah, he needs that. We got to start giving the dogs the dog, the D, man, the D label, man.
Yep. I agree. I totally agree, man. The dogs, because clearly they made a mistake on that last D. They had. They clearly they made a mistake.
We need the guys we need the dogs that are gonna raw dog the other team, man. Special teams ain't guys that ain't doing that, man.
I can go so many different places there, but you're right. You're right. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, deliver. What's the name of it? Squeal like a pig. Hey, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I forgot the name of the movie, but anyway. But I agree, bro. I agree. Yeah, I was watching. If you don't mind, I was watching your previous quarterback had showed Joel Klatt, and he was talking about that Stanford game, right? And he was talking. I was like, has Joel Klatt been listening to me and David? Because he said the same thing. If you got some deficiency, so milk the clock and run it and take care of your defense, bro. I heard him say that. I was like, is Joel Klatt watching our stuff? I was just like, bro. I was like, is he watching? Because the word that he used was exactly the same. But the reason why I mentioned that, I had a commenter, right? A commenter say, if you all know it, like me and you, why the coaches don't know it? I just simply responded, I honestly do not know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's crazy, man. Oh my God, sees today. She crazy. Oh my God. I don't know that go. Y'all doing too much.
Prime was so pissed that he used Jesus as a curse word. You know he's mad when he just goes, Jesus.
Yep.
Like,
yep.
Man.
Yep. Deliverance. That sure was the movie. That was the movie.
No,
So,
oh man. Right. I forget. Right, well, Slap Happy, you got to know, man. I've been busting my butt at work these last 2 days, man. I'm feeling great now. Being able to talk my favorite thing in the world right now, Buffs football with Rawhide Media. I forget. Are we on what was that the whole special teams thing? Any last words before we wrap that up and we move on to another thing we were right or wrong about?
Yeah. I guess we can end it there. Just let everybody know Slap Happy is a USC fan. USC fan. So they lost and got beat down, like they stole something. So y'all can get on them if you want to. But I think that's what we got for special team. But that's a sore spot for me, man. That's a sore spot.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Man,
seize the day, cracking me up. Appreciate the kind words. This is always really fun to do. And I'm glad I've found so many friends to do this show with, because it's a lot more fun than just doing it solo all the time. But let's move on, man. What were you right? What were you wrong about? Give me one.
Well, I guess I was right about the fact, something simple, and that Colorado would have a winning record at this point in the season. I thought they would be 4-5-2. I was wrong about that portion of it.
Yeah.
But I knew that they'd have a winning record. Why is that important? Because everybody that, if you watch on mainstream sports, they thought Colorado would barely scrape 3 victories. I remember listening to a lot of people talk about how they didn't even see 4 victories on the schedule. They were taking the under. It was 3.5. They were taking the under. So I was adamant that they would be, have a winning record at the bye. So I was right about that, and really should have been 5-2. But we're gonna let that go. I'm trying to let that go.
We should have been 5-2, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, so far, man, we've predicted like the same results, like for each game or whatnot. And then, Stanford obviously screwed up. But yeah, a lot of people were hating on this team. I would say the only thing they got right is, specifically the Pac-12 media people. Well, no, they got it wrong. They got it wrong, dude. They had us over Stanford, man. They had Stanford as number 12, man, but they beat us, man. That was the one thing they got wrong.
Colorado gonna make up for it. They gonna make up for it.
But man, we were right. You were right. You got yourself right. A nice little stimulus check once that win over Arizona State happened, right? We were both. How come that doesn't happen for me, man? That is so cool.
I thought you were doing. Honestly, I thought you did that.
No. Dude, do something else.
I thought you did it for me. When it happened the first time, I thought you did it.
No. No. Did you say like congratulations or something? And then
bro, I have no idea how that's happening. I don't know.
Man. I feel like my late aunt right now getting on Facebook the first time. That's just posting. Please send this story to www, dot dot dot, or send it to this email. It's like that's not how it works. Or
But David, me and you gonna get another stimulus check at 7.
Dude, yeah.
We're gonna get
the 7 wins.
We're gonna get the 7 wins, baby. We're gonna get the 7 wins.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No doubt.
I wouldn't even worry about it.
Let's see. Where could I go? Another. I'll go with something I was wrong about. Okay. I was wrong with how this running back situation would look, man. I thought overall, man, we'd be running the ball more overall, throughout these first 7 games. I thought McCaskill was going to be our guy from week 1 on. I honestly didn't see a lot of time for Hankerson because of McCaskill. He has been a nice surprise with McCaskill, injured for most of the year. But like this is a group on itself that I feel like is maybe you include the secondary, you include the wide receiver room, and then the running backs, man. It's probably one of the 3rd strongest position groups on the team, but it's also one of the most dependent in some senses because you're dependent on play calling and then your offensive line play.
Bro. I don't know. Are you just trying to stick daggers in my heart all day? Bro. Okay, first, let's get something straight. That running back room is a strength. It ain't their fault. It is not the running back's fault. And second, I got to ask you this question. Coach Fleece specifically said he likes bell cows. He don't like to rotate in and out. He wants his running back to be able to get a rhythm and stay in rhythm. Coach Fleece. Those are the words that came out of Coach Fleece's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not blaming Coach Fleece on his rotation because he already told us he don't believe in that. So, Dave, I'm asking you, why are they doing it?
Because they probably practice passing more. Honestly, man, that's probably just what it is, man. It clicked with me on the drive home today, man. Again, I can justify of like, why you can get away from the run game, all this stuff. You can be yada yada yada, but they probably just feel better about the passing plays because they've just practiced them more. That's just probably what it is. A 7-on-7 with nothing being, contact anymore except for the first few weeks before the preseason. It's just they air it out, man, all year long during practice. So that's it,
bro. Well, DMV says they have different packages for different players. I had to push back on that because, when you're running back, right, they don't, the running backs are versatile enough where you pick the one that you can play multiple packages in. Usually when you swap, you bring in a 3rd down back. That's not what they're doing. They're not bringing in 3rd down backs. They just pulling them and putting them, pulling them and putting them, and pulling them and putting them. And I'm like, why are you guys doing that? Like Stanford, Alton McCaskill, how Alton McCaskill ran the ball in the first half is how Colorado should have ran the ball in the second half. But they didn't do it.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm getting emotional. And you all wondering, why am I getting emotional? Because it's like, those are just new to football. Bro, it's like a dude go to the bathroom and don't unzip his pants to use the bathroom. You like, why are you doing that? It's obvious you're supposed to do that, unzip your pants. You know what I'm saying? That's the most simplest thing I could think of to compare that type of compare it to as being a no-brainer. They're not doing no-brainers.
Yes.
And I can't understand it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. It's crazy.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And I want to hit on this these two comments here that relate to this, Rawhide, is that Rich is elevating saying this here. Can we be honest about it? We're all Buffs fans, but we're obviously focusing more on QB1. Slap Happy kind of hit on this. And one, I love having, the privilege to watch Shedeur Sanders, who's going to be freaking amazing and the best quarterback in all of CU history. You're absolutely right. I'm focusing on him more than any other, person or thing on the team. And I think the coaching staff, man, wants to see him win a bunch of awards, man. And that might be part of it, of why it's so easy for us to go away from the run. The catch-22 to that is that, it's he should be up for these awards, not just because he's getting the plays called to pass, but because he's that good. That's why you call him, man, because he's that good. But then VH also said this. Do you guys see that video of Coach Thurman talking to the team before the Stanford game? Yeah, man. And in retrospect, man, it was just so ironic, man, just to because, yes, the players, I think their lack of preparation and lack of focus definitely showed itself in that second half. But that game also falls on the coaches, man. And they didn't live up to their end of the bargain after that speech either.
You right, bro. You right, man. I mean, that's 100% facts, bro. You got to put your players in position to win, man. I mean, you got a porous defense, so why you ain't shortening the game up? Mm-hmm. Why you ain't doing that, man? That's why I'm losing sleep at night, because I'm trying to figure out why you ain't doing the obvious, man.
Yep.
It frustrates me, man. It just frustrates. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting a little emotional. But you don't understand. It's just, I mean, I don't know how else to explain it where you guys that's listening to me can understand the obvious. And they just say, I'm not going to do that. I am going to do something different. And you just like,
overtime.
Yeah.
Overtime, man. Yeah, I know we had some of our loyal fans were in here the other day, man, all mad about what or it might have been last night when I was talking with Colin, man, that they're frustrated at Stephen A. Smith, man, for leaning into the Buffs, man. But they deserved it, man, this week. It was total.
Mm-hmm. They sure did.
It was a total embarrassment, man. Coach Prime ain't sugarcoating it. And, I thought he handled himself very well in the press conference after. And you just got to hope that we don't see a repeat of that freaking ever again. And, Nick Saban lost to University of Louisiana Lafayette, man, his first year at Alabama, man. Things happen. Things happen. I think it's your turn, man. Something you're right, something you're wrong about.
Hey, you heard me again with the running back. So what I was wrong about, this goes back into the win-loss deal. I actually asked the question. I posed this question, even in the title. Why can't the Colorado Buffaloes win the Pac-12? So I thought they may have had a chance to win the Pac-12. I mean, it's all out there for everybody to see. You know what I'm saying? So, again, how bad wrong I was for even broaching that. I shouldn't even did a show on that. I was just so wrong about them having the opportunity to win the Pac-12. I was wrong. It's dead wrong. You know what I'm saying? And usually I'm wrong sometimes, but I ain't never that wrong. And they didn't just prove me out to be a straight up lie. That's what they did. They said, Raw, you just lying. And I was like, y'all doing it to me. I said, y'all doing it to me. You know what I'm saying? I believe. You know what I'm saying? I believe.
Man, I will say though, man, after that TCU game, man, felt like we were going undefeated after week 1, man. Felt like nobody was gonna stop us, man. It just is what it is.
David, I will say this: the season is not lost at all.
No,
it ain't lost at all. And And I think, and I don't even believe that they're having a, putting it into perspective. I don't even believe they're having a bad year. I mean, I think if I ask people that watch and know is Chip Kelly, right? Is he a good coach? I think most of us will say yes. But Chip Kelly, which they're playing UCLA next, right? His first
Yes.
season at Oregon, not Oregon, but at UCLA, they went 3-9, fellas. You know what I'm saying? His second year at Oregon, he went 4-8. His third season at Oregon, he went 3-4, and that's the COVID year, right? However you want to take that. But this is honestly how teams are built, right? This is honestly how they are built, and what they're doing right now. They're still ahead of the game. Let's be straight about it. They're ahead. They're not behind. They're ahead.
Yes.
So, that's what that's what I was wrong about.
Well, Rawhide, I'm going to give you something that I was right about that I totally forgot about. Me and my Colorado influence memory right now. I was saying this since like the freaking, I don't know. I need to see when I said it first. Maybe somebody watching can remind me. But I was saying, pretty early on that we needed to already get that extension going for Coach Prime. At the very least, make him a top 5 paid coach in college football, even before playing his team playing one snap of college football. And I gotta say, it was so justifying to see, one of our all-time greats, Jeremy Bloom, come out a few weeks ago and say, it's time we make Coach Prime the highest paid coach in college football. Yes, this thing, there's ups and downs, there's bumps in the road. There always are when there's going to be rebuilds, but there is no coach you could have right now whose potential and ceiling for any program he is not at an all-time high to be an absolute dynasty. We have seen shades or little teasers of that throughout this year since he took over, like with the spring game, the viewership, the amount of interest, all of that, the flashes on the offense, the attitude that this team can play with at points. It's freaking awesome. All the shots everybody's taking at us, all the recruits that are coming to visit, all the celebrities that are wanting to come to Boulder, Colorado, of all places. It's an amazing thing. And it's great to see people who, play college football, who know college football much better than I do, who are much richer than I am, who have a little bit of say in who gets to be the coach here at Colorado, come out and say that. It was nice.
Hey, I don't disagree with you. I guess my question, so do you still think that everybody's hyped up about giving him an extension at this point after Stanford?
Well, I've been wanting to do a video, man, but like I've been so busy the last couple of days with work that I'm going to be like, guys, I still think Coach Prime should be the highest paid coach in college football. Even even with this happening, man, like I'm not jumping off the shit, man. If you can correct these mistakes, man. Again, this stuff
you can't. Yep.
This is just, playing enough games of Madden to figure out the game management, man. It's not, this is not rocket science, man. If we really need to bring in a team of game strategy students with PhDs and whatever coming in to help with the game management during an off season, let's just get that done. But man, the game management and all that sorts of stuff will get better the more Coach Prime does it. Just like with all these coaches, man, freaking the greats even have lapses with game management. Andy Reid's never coached a perfect game when it comes to all that. Bill Belichick, well, he might have had an advantage from videotaping, all those teams, which I mean, again, I don't have an issue with it. Make sure people aren't videotaping your teams, man.
Right.
If you're not, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. But that might be a controversial Buffs opinion, but that's just kind of how I think about it. What are your thoughts right now, man? Am I,
well, I'm a implant buff, so Honestly, I lean on you guys on that. Now, I don't think that last game should have any bearing on whether a person feels like he needs an extension or not, because I think the amount of impact and the ones that you mentioned are what's important. I think that the president of university is looking at that invoice and at the bottom of, you know what I'm saying, and looking how much money did we make? How much money did this individual bring to the university? That's where you decide on the extension or not necessarily the win and loss column. Let's just be honest about it. So, I mean, Nebraska fired a 9-win coach, and they ain't been anything since. But that's a whole other story we can go down. But, he has, I don't know if it's true. I've heard 40%, you know what I'm saying, enrollment application
for out of state.
Yes. For out of state. I mean, and that's extra money. You see what I'm saying? Now, I don't know how true that is, if it's, you know what I'm saying, but that in itself, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the free marketing, you know what I'm saying, that they don't even have to do. Let's be honest. I mean, come on, can we just be honest about this right now? In 2023, there is, in this order, Colorado, Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, and Michigan. And then all the rest of them can fall wherever else they want to fall.
We won one game last year.
Right. I mean, think about it. They put in Colorado, right? And I see a lot of people mad about it. You know, that's not fans of Colorado, on ABC when they come out and play against UCLA. They don't care about your record. They care about if you get going to 9 million views. They trying to sell commercials. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're doing. So for anybody who don't understand why Colorado is playing it on a primetime slot after losing, 3 of the last 4 games, it's because they get 9 million views. Yeah. That's why.
Man, it is absolutely insane. I can't wait to see, man, the other recruits and transfers that we bring in this year, because again, man, what he was able to do with just having a bare cupboard, man, it's just it's just insane, man. It's hard to put into words. Shout out real quick to Connor Johnson. Appreciate you, man. NB, appreciate you. He says UCLA plays Stanford this week. Believe I'm gonna watch it. Absolutely. Let's hope. God, I hope that God Stanford wins, man. They gotta win, man, because that'll just make me feel so much better. But
well, you might want them to lose though. You won't, because UCLA lost I think 2 in a row. Is it 2 in a row?
UCLA?
1 in a row.
Yes, I think it's 2 in a row.
So if they lose again, they're gonna come in there hot and bothered against Colorado. But if they win, it might kind of temp them down a little bit. Hey, David, you can't sell that Stanford loss is a good one. I know that's what you can't sell it.
Dude, I can't believe it happened, man. I still can't believe it happened, but here we are. Okay, so I talked about Coach Prime becoming the highest paid coach in college football. What was something else you were right or wrong about?
Well, you about to extinguish it all. It's something that, a lot of people not going to care about. I was right about the fact that everybody was going to take their victory lap with a loss like it was to Stanford. That's what everybody was waiting on. Yes. The man that hosts the show on ESPN, he brings on Paul. I cannot think of his name. He brings on Paul Feinbaum during the middle of the week. He's on there with Dan Mullen, the host. I can't think of his name. He's been waiting on this, right? The Cover 3 guys, they've been waiting on this, right? Bro, they are elated by this bit. I mean, when Colorado beat TCU, I told you, I did the typewriter, right? Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all. Go check it out. But I did the typewriter, right? These folks doing the typewriter, they doing the running man, bro. They streaking down the road. They say, I told y'all, I told you. You know what I'm saying? And Jason, I don't even like to mention his name, Jason Whitlock, but the man he's just a sheer hater. You see what I'm saying? So
Just the Candace Owens of
That's what I
sports
was talking
talk.
about.
What the heck, man?
Bro. And their happiness is all about the fact of not liking Colorado's joy. Think about that. That's simply basically what it boils down to. They mad because see you happy. See, they don't talk about anybody. You know what I'm saying? Bro, they make sports fun like it's supposed to be, right? And y'all just mad about it. Well, they shouldn't care themselves. Shedeur showing his watch. Who cares? Who cares, man? That's just like, I'm sorry, I could go on and on about that.
I'm just going to say, man, these people that hate Coach Prime, who like hate him, you know, that don't want to see him succeed at all and want to spend most of their time and focus on that sort of thing. It's one thing if you don't want to, you know, see it succeed, but then you're not watching videos about it every day or making content about it you know, that's a whole nother level, man. And, you know, these haters, man, they're just not smoking enough weed, man, because I never met a high person who wants to just wish ill will at such a level, man, than these people, man. That is absolutely what it is. So if you want to know who smokes weed and who doesn't smoke enough weed or eat enough weed, whatever, it's these people in the media, man, that are spending too much time focusing on what Coach Prime is doing wrong and why this whole thing isn't fun.
Yep, you're 100% right. And I wouldn't even be tripping if they were just talking about the game in itself, right? I ain't tripping on that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to come back and talk about how I told you guys it was going to get beat by, I'm speaking for the media people, not me. If you want to talk, if they want to say how they were overmatched in Oregon and talk about how they got beat down, that's cool. I ain't got no problem with that. If you want to talk about USC, you know what I'm saying, and if you believe that USC kind of let the foot off the gas and that's why they came back, bro, I ain't got no problem with that. But the problem I got with is you sitting there talking about the fact that Coach Prime making all these YouTube deals and that's why they lose, or they don't say that's why they lose. They alluding to that's it's affecting the game. You see what I'm saying? That didn't come out your mouth when they won the 4 games. You're just telling me what you don't like. That's all you're doing. You see, you're telling on yourself. But that's the problem I got, bro. That's the problem I got. And honestly, one dude on what's his name? He used to be on Dan Levitar. There's one guy on there when they were winning. I had much respect for him. The guy wear the hat. I think his name is John or Jason. I don't know. But he actually came.
Jason Whitlock?
He said, bro, no Whitlock. He came clean. He said, I just don't like what he's doing. I said, I can respect that. You was 100. You kept it a buck. I said, but the other people try to hide it in their analysis. That's what bothers me the most. Don't hide it in your analysis. You know what I'm saying? Just be 100, bro. Just be 100.
I'm about it. Anything else you got left on your list? I still got a few more.
No, I think you about exhausted my list. Connor Johnson, I told you that y'all was gonna beat UCLA, bro. I told you that. But anyway, no, that about exhausted my list.
I think I got a couple more. There's one on my mind. We'll see if something else that I forgot comes back to mind or not. But this was something I was wrong about. But it's kind of like a pleasantly, like I'm not mad about it, you know. I thought Cormier McClain was going to be the other starting corner from week 1 on, alongside Travis. And even though that he only had a month to prepare, man, I thought that he was going to be in here starting, man. But, you know, we've seen flashes from a lot of our cornerbacks, Omarion Cooper, Carter Stoutmeyer, you know, got his jersey. I'm trying to think of Jaquez Robinson, you know, he picked off Bo Nix. So the rest of our secondary, man, you know, they've had their moments. Yes, have they gotten beat? Sure. But like you were pointing out earlier in this stream, this is a well above average secondary. This is, you know, in the best, this should be in the best section of college football secondaries. And it would be insane what they'd be able to do with a pass rush from Oklahoma or Texas or Georgia, you know, all these other schools, right?
Yeah, for sure. If they had a front line like Oregon, they'd be outstanding. Bro, it's just Those guys, I don't think. I know people want to kind of crap on them because of what happened. They want to crap on Carter. Carter's a freshman, but
True freshman,
the
yeah.
young man plays well. He plays the game well. You just can't look at the total end result of what happened because playing DB, we've talked about it before. The defensive line, the trench play, linebackers play a big role in their success. Bro, but speaking on your Kermani, I kind of thought the same thing until I found out that he had just recently, or he was more of a wide receiver than a D-back, from my understanding. Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
He only played DB the last couple of years, I think, in high school.
Right. So when I heard that, that kind of put some doubt in my mind. But I can say this: I'm happy. Amarion Cooper, are we not happy with his play? Is he not? Tell me, what is he doing wrong? I'm thinking
he just tripped over his foot once, man. He tripped over his foot once.
Bro, that happens all the time. I've seen D-backs get beat because they fell down at least on Sundays, at least three games.
Yeah. And again, a lot of people don't want to take time to go back and look at it, man. But those passes Caleb Williams was completing against him, man. Yes, Brendan Rice beat him on that touchdown pass to or it was a slant from Caleb Williams, that Cormani had just beat out on the other side. Yes. But at the end of the day, man, I felt like, again, he's been a fantastic corner, and he would be starting at, 95% of the other schools, man, in the country. That's how I feel about it. I feel like he's great. We just need a little bit of a pass rush, man. Give these guys a chance.
Give them a chance, bro. Give them a chance. I mean, that open route that came, that deep slant that he hit, right? I think that was one of the first ones he threw USC's quarterback. Bro, my man was back there. I saw USC quarterback bend over, pick up a piece of grass, and he counted the leaves on it to make sure it went a 4-leaf clover and not a 3. He threw the grass down, right? Looked up, right? And saw his man coming across and threw the ball. I saw him do that. And you expecting the D-backs to contend with that? Yeah, Caleb slap. Yeah, Caleb. Bro, you expected D-backs to cover that long? Huh? A man out there looking for 4-leaf clovers, man. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to y'all analysis on D-back, not you, but people that's knocking them, bro. Y'all need to go back and watch these games, man. You can't be back there 10 seconds, bro.
Man. Okay, and then I got 2 left, man. I got 2 left. I'm sorry I keep going on because I got you keep giving me these other ideas, man.
Bro, we can go all night.
So this is another thing that I have right. I feel like I was like 90% right. When Juwan Mitchell transferred over here, I feel like there was a lot of different opinions on this. Like, well, one, people are using it for Coach Prime to justify that he's a bad guy, because he went and got a player that's, on it, going to his 4th team or whatever. So Abby's just making me laugh. But man, I said, guys, like, we need Juwan Mitchell, man, because I have absolutely no freaking idea how this inside linebacker group is going to be, man, because not one of these guys coming onto the team is proven. And Juwan Mitchell was the most proven guy. And like, we've seen the struggle the linebacker position has had. And again, like we take 1 step forward, 2 step backs, Juwan Mitchell's great for us, man, for whatever reason. I can't ask him why, but we haven't seen Juwan Mitchell on the field. Heck, the inside linebacker position is at such a concern right now, man, which I don't really have an issue with this, but we got Trevor Woods playing inside linebacker now, which do you normally see position changes like this in the middle of the season unless it is absolutely serious at that, at that position? I don't know, man. Give me your thoughts right now in the inside linebacker room.
Speaking of Juju Mitchell, I'm assuming he's in trouble. So apparently his nickname is Can't Get Right. Cause bro.
That's so wrong.
He can't get right, bro.
But it's right.
I mean, bro, why Juju Mitchell keep getting I don't even know. I'm assuming, right? Because Coach Prime left it out there all ambiguous. And so we got to kind of figure it out for ourselves. And my man, he got kicked off the team at Arizona State, right? He played at Tennessee, right? What was the other school he played at? It was
Texas,
Tennessee.
But I don't know
Texas.
if he was kicked off
now,
Texas.
I'm not saying that he got in trouble. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying by that. But people just ain't transferring just to be transferring. So apparently, because he's a good football player, so apparently he, you know what I'm saying? Apparently something ain't working out there. Then Coach Prime stick his neck on the line and can put you on a team that you play. And Coach Prime tell us, y'all ask him. That tells me he can't get right. Huh? Bro.
It's just
come on, man.
And this is why we say, man, just give Prime a few years to get multiple high school classes in here, man, because I don't think we're gonna have that issue.
Bro.
We're not gonna have can't get rights.
Yeah, bro, and I bet you something petty. If it is something wrong, right? I bet you some stuff like, what are you doing, man? Why'd you do that? It said don't touch, and you touched it. What are you doing?
I just know if it was me and I was like getting into trouble at college age, it would have been something stupid like, bro, you really are going to use Chat GPT to write your entire your paper, and you're putting Chat GPT, on there for your name. I mean, it's like all that stupid stuff. Hopefully it's just that and nothing serious.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Because I think he comes off to me kind of, if he does something kind of wrong, he comes off like that. It ain't nothing bad. It's just one of those. You be like, the coaches be like, bro, this your last year. Why are you doing this little stupid stuff? You know what I'm saying? So, and I hope it's something. I hope it's minuscule. I really do. Because remember, Coach Hart said that we would see or he would show up. And then he didn't show up. So clearly it wasn't nothing god awful. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it makes me think of like other stupid things that we've seen from like college athletes, like Jameis Winston, man, is one of my favorite college football players ever. But the stuff he yelled in the lunchroom, and then whatever happened with with just taking crab legs out of the grocery store, whether that was given to him or not, man, he just straight up walked out with those things right after grabbing them, man, on security. And just he's winning championships and all this, just let the man eat. Just let the man eat,
Exactly.
But man, I'm trying to think of some other things, man, that might have happened, or like with Miami Hurricanes team, they made that, they made those, I forget what the lyrics were, but they made those rap songs, that during the season.
I didn't have no problem with that rap song, bro. I had no problem with it. Hey, what's that tight end talking about the third leg?
Was it Greg Olsen or Jeremy Shockey?
Greg Olsen. Yeah. I had no problem with him, man. I had no. Oh my God! You're right, bro. You're right.
Oh man, Love Move says it
won't get right.
Yeah, Love Move says maybe it was from anger management. Well, hopefully we can get that down, man. Again, I was I could speak to this, man, from living out in West Texas, man. I think I was an angrier person, man, living in Texas. I just think I was, man. It was too hot. The bugs were always biting me. I'm allergic to all the insects down there. And the cedar pollen, man, just makes me lose my voice. Move out here, man. It's hard to be too angry, man. It's hard to just wake up mad. Heck, man, I've had my car stolen and used for 2 robberies, driven through 2 different dispensaries and smash and grabs, man. And I still live in this same apartment, man. It's just hard to be too upset, man.
Man, you living the life. You living the life.
Just wake up one day and then the car's out of there. So it's like, dang it, man, I got to call the police. And, we have recovered your car. It has found it, 12 hours later, man. Those criminals are smart, man. They just rammed that thing through 2 dispensaries and just took everything, man. The car did so well that they ran it through a second dispensary, man, before they had to drop it and get out of there because it wasn't moving anymore. It just happens. But all that to say, man, you got some crazy things that happen to me out here, but it's hard to be too mad. So hopefully anybody that comes out here with a bad attitude, hopefully Colorado helps soften the heart a little bit.
Bro, listen, I ain't really mad at it, man, because I was in college, and let me tell y'all something. I always tell people out there, thank God I grew up in the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Because
no social media.
Bro, thank God Almighty. Okay. Because I don't even know how I can function in this society. So we all do stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? We do stupid stuff. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? College is the best time of your life anyway.
Yeah, dude. What's some crab legs, man? It's nothing, man. It's college.
He was so emboldened. He said, I ain't going by the register, because that's all he had to do. If he had just went to the register, let them slide it down.
I'm Jameis Winston.
Right, because, if y'all in here in the chat and y'all feel me, we know about sliding some groceries. So, you know what I'm saying? So, that's all, bro, that's all he had to do, and he did good. That's all because you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Look, I didn't. I'm just saying.
Oh man, it's so true, man. Yeah, I mean, college life, man. That's just a real life Sims game, man. That's all it really is, man. And when these guys, because man, again, like when I went to undergrad at Abilene Christian in West Texas, we had we're FCS level. So we were just going up to that next FCS level when I was in there. And I mean, they had those guys freaking dialed in on a schedule, so disciplined, this coaching staff, of course, was testing the players after their birthdays, the ones that he wanted to leave the team, wanted a few scholarship spots to open up before there was a little bit more, leniency with all that. Right. And, but yeah, I remember just some of my friends on the football team telling me, it's like, man, we turned up after a victory. Because man, like, it's like, I don't know. The rest of your week is so controlled, man. You have to be so dialed in, man, that sometimes you just got to let loose and do something stupid, man. That's, that's just what happens, man. And I can't imagine, man, with the amount of preparation, the amount of practice, and how dialed in, man, they make sure these guys are going to classes. They're doing all this other stuff. They're sitting in the front of the class because, again, Coach Prime said, when you go to class, you're sitting in the front of the class. You're not in the back. All those things, man. It makes sense, man, why a few guys on a team of 100 players, man, they might do something silly, man, in the few free moments they might have throughout the season.
Right.
I ain't gonna judge it. I ain't gonna judge it, man. Dude, I think it's so funny, man. All these people come in the comments, not right now, but in other shows that are, it's like, why is Cormani not playing? Well, then all these things, start to be said about who he is and his character and all this stuff. It's like, man, you got like, you are 3 times this man's age, and you are, saying this from the couch, not doing anything. You're holding this 18-year-old kid to a higher standard that's exponentially higher than what you're holding yourself to. That's what I just think is so funny, man. I think it's funny.
Yeah, for sure.
But the last thing on my mind, Rawhide, that was quite a diversion, but it was a lot of fun. The last thing that I was, I guess I was kind of wrong and right about it. I guess I'll start out with what I was right. I was right, man, that open up this YouTube channel would be a lot of fun, man. What I was wrong about was I still get my mind blown. So many people come on here to listen to me ramble, man, when I haven't played one snap of football in my entire life with this channel. It is hilarious, man, the amount of growth that this thing has happened and over the last 9 months, and it's been an absolute privilege, and it's crazy that I'm actually making a little bit of income from this too, which has just been thrilling. But again, man, I'll tell you this, my mom took me when I was 9 years old, to my first football practice, and man, I saw those guys hitting over there. Oh man, I said, Mama, that's not for me. I want to go home. And I went home and I never played football. Ever again. I never played football ever, man, but I sure love talking about it. And that's it's just been a lot of fun, man, because I get to meet you guys, start hanging out, even virtually, making friends, and doing shows with you guys. It's just been a lot of fun, man. It's been hilarious, man. I still think it's hilarious. My friends still give me like a hard time about it. Like, how do people like David this much? I still don't understand how I'm this engaging in the corner of my bedroom, but I'm gonna keep doing it, man. So, man. What about your YouTube journey, man?
Bro, I've been people been telling me I need to get on here and have a little conversation about what I'm talking about now for the longest, man. But honestly, it took me forever because I like to be incog, the Spanish word for black.
Incognito. No?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Well,
should I have said that?
Word. That's the proper word. I'm telling you, replace the end of it, put the Spanish word for black on there. And I like to be incog Spanish black. So anyway, okay, I'm sorry. I don't want to run nobody off. Okay, I like to have a good time too. But let me say, so it just gave me an opportunity, man, to come on here and just have a little, talk with people. Honestly, man, I get more out of people who disagree with me than I do agreement. You know what I mean? Because I want to, have a conversation with them, man. I want to kind of explore and challenge what they're saying. They challenge me, and we all can learn. I think that's how we all learn. We learn from, other people offering their type of perspectives on things. But if you don't mind if I take a tangent, I know we got to get off. I know you got to get off. But it's one thing I did want to touch. I want to touch. It was a young lady by the name of Cheyenne Monique. She asked us a question about the college football rules in overtime, right?
Oh, great question.
All right. Yeah. So I'm about to make people mad, right? I'm about to make people mad. So because I've talked about this. I talked about this so many times, right? So I'm going to get on the soapbox for a second because I want people to understand. There are new people that watch college football, and in overtime, right? They kind of changed the rules. You go for 2 at one point, but before then,
2 rounds where it's
right. And usually, because nobody that knows football, and I'm not saying he don't know football, but people who understand overtime rules, they never take the ball, right? So, and I've been preaching this for the longest. I don't know how else to make it where people can understand this. But today, I guess I have to sum it up with this. Once upon a time in the overtime in the NFL, it was sudden death, meaning that with sudden death, right? And I'm using this to explain why it's such a bad choice, okay? In sudden death in the NFL, before they let two people possess the ball and let somebody score a touchdown, before they did that, what happened is if you won the toss in the NFL in sudden death, meaning that the first one score, field goal or touchdown wins the game. Nobody in the NFL, no coach in the NFL would defer the ball in sudden death, right? Nobody does that. Because if you give the other team the ball, they score 3 points, or they score a touchdown, the game is over. That's sudden death. This is why nobody in college football except the Colorado Buffaloes, nobody takes the ball in college, because it's essentially when you take the ball first, you have now turned into sudden death. That's why you don't do it. Because in college football, right, both teams possess the ball. But when you score a touchdown, as Colorado did, right, you are now in sudden death. And what that means is Colorado State, right, Stanford, if they go score a touchdown and go for 2, you lost the ball game. You see what I'm saying? You have given away your control to win the game. That's sudden death. That's why nobody does it. Nobody does it.
It's like playing, it's like playing a poker, dude, with only like 3 or 4 cards in your hand compared to everybody else got 5, man. That's exactly what they're doing.
Bro, on a show I said, and after Colorado State game, I said, Coach Prime will never do that again. I said, he something happened. He didn't understand. No. And let me tell you, I'm wrong. I don't have no idea. I do not get it. But I honestly believe he took that ball first to double down on his first time to tell people he knew what he was doing the first time, so I'm doing it again. You see what I'm saying? Nobody in their right minds does that. Because guess what? If Coach Prime was coaching NFL back in the day and it was sudden death, he would not defer the ball. Those same principles apply in college football. If the other team gets the ball, it's up to them whether they choose to win or tie the game. He just got lucky with Colorado State not to go for 2. And then people will say this, well, they can play D and stop the 2-point conversion, then they can win. What in your mind think you going to stop them on defense when they've been busting your tail on every possession in the second half? It doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to rant. Y'all can blame Cheyenne for this. She asked, so she opened up a sore spot with me. You know what I mean? Because what he's doing don't make sense. Okay? Stop doing it, Coach Prime. If you're listening, Coach Prime, okay, we get it. You double down. Don't do it no more. Okay, I'm done, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It can't happen, man. It can't happen. All right, let's wrap up with this, Rawhide. Before this last question, I want to give a shout out again to everybody who gave super chats. Slap Happy, of course. Man, y'all got whooped by the Papists on Saturday. That is for sure. Prime Sports Media, thank you again so much. Y'all go check out his channel. Big time content creator. He's got more subs than us combined, man. It's crazy. And like double, man. Robert Duncan, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Means a lot, he said. The way they rotate players, it feels like this year is a tryout for next year. Players can't catch rhythm like that. They're walking on eggshells. That's a very fair criticism. But, yeah, I want to end with Damon. He wanted to get our thoughts on the UCLA game, why we might beat them. Maybe we give Damon a few reasons, and, I'm going to give just a couple. Well, actually, no, I was stealing your things earlier on. Why don't you just go ahead, and then I'll finish out.
You're good. But, okay, well, I'll go.
Yeah.
I think they're going to beat UCLA because they're going into first off, I know a lot of people may not think this means much, but they're going into a pleasant environment. They will be playing in pristine weather. If
Sold
it's
out.
not raining.
CU favorite crowd, man. That's
Right.
what
I
I'm
mean,
expecting.
you ain't got to worry about the weather. Second off, it's because UCLA can't score the ball, but it will take Colorado to get up again like they did against Stanford. It doesn't necessarily have to be 29 points, but they need to be able to get up at least about 2 scores. Now, the deal is, we hope that if they get up by 2 scores, UCLA is able to score to keep those guys engaged, because clearly they don't know how to deal with being up. So, if that happens, I think that's why, honestly, if they're able to score, which I think they will be able to, and UCLA is not a high-powered offense, but the defense is bad on Colorado's side, which allow UCLA to score some points, and it will boil down to, again, Shedeur Sanders being the best player on the field, and he'll take them to victory like they have won all the other games.
Yeah. What's the name of their freshman quarterback?
Oh my God, you had to ask. I was gonna say.
I usually know it, but I've been trying to think of it all day.
Off the top of my head, that he was a 5-star actually.
Yeah, well, he was a 5-star plus. He was like rated like Bryce Underwood, man. He was like the top quarterback.
Yeah, he was
Dylan something.
Not Raiola, isn't it?
No,
Dylan Raiola.
No, he's the top in this year's hype.
Dante Moore. You're talking about Dante Moore.
Oh, Dante.
Dante Moore. Dante Moore. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, Dante Moore. I apologize, Dante Moore.
But yeah, man, we're gonna have the better quarterback. But I'll go out on a limb and say, Damon, that this is the game. I mean, I need to get on the prayer and fasting thing, that Life in Football is on right now. Maybe this will be the reason why, man, because we're praying and fasting. Special teams going to be the reason we win this game, and it's not going to be because, man, we make these fantastic plays. No. We might miss a 50-yard field goal, man, but I'm going to call it, man. We are going to kick I don't even care if it's kicked into the ground. We're going to keep that ball out of the sidelines on the kickoffs, and we're going to have some decent punts. And we're not going to muff anything. We're not going to get any field goals blocked. We're not going to have any of our punts blocked. And we're going to not give up any bad returns. We're just going to play an average game on special teams, man. You factor that in, I think, with what our offense can do, even if it is for just 2.5 quarters. I think we can take care of business, man, as long as we're not screwing things up on special teams or doing anything stupid like poking each other in the eyes or any of these personal fouls, man. And that's another tangent, but I'm feeling right now Colin would never do this because he's above it. He really is above it, man. But I kind of like those Catholic candles where you can pray to the different saints or Saint Mary and all this or Saint so-and-so, man. Dude, Life in Football is the patron saint of college football, man. I just need a little candle of him, kind of all dressed up as one of these saints. I'll light that candle, man, and I'll pray, my prayer for special teams, man, every morning and evening, man. That's what I need to do, man. But man, Colin should sell those things at $10 a pop, man.
Bro, Colorado special teams is the devil. I'm sorry. They are bad. They're just bad. But they got Shedeur Sanders, and he can take that team to the promised land.
Yeah, man.
He can take that team to the promised land.
Oh man. Well, Rawhide, man, I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. It means a lot that you'd come on and talk some buffs with me, man, because I hate to miss a day of doing it with work being so long. So it means a lot. But man, I appreciate you. I'm sure we'll connect again here soon. All you guys following, go check out Rawhide, and appreciate the engagement and yeah, all the super chats again. Really appreciate it, y'all. Any last words before
I just want
we
to say,
shut this thing down?
No, I just want to say thank you, David, man. I appreciate it, man. I enjoy talking with you, bro. I have a good time. And honestly, man, you helped me, you brought me out of despair. You know, I was so disappointed and you know, I was so down on that Stanford loss. And and honestly, it was my selfishness. I was more upset about the fact that they validated uh they validated a lot of the naysayers by losing to Stanford. I couldn't stand that. I just couldn't stand it. But I'm getting better, and you helped me, bro. So thank you. I just want to say thank you, man. Hey, and have a little on me, because you know what I'm saying. I got little baby subscribers, so hey, I appreciate you throwing a bone out there, y'all. Hey, David, it's a good man. That's a good man. He throwing a bone. He throwing that bone out there, bro.
Hey, man, we have a lot of fun with this, man. But we should collab on some sort of funny piece of merch sometime. I think it would be funny, man. So, all right, man, I'm going to shut this thing down. I'm going to watch some terrible reality TV, then call it a night. All y'all take care of yourself, man. Remember, all this stuff should be fun. And remember, Jason Whitlock doesn't smoke weed. Am I right about that? That's right. Dude.
Thank you, David.
Peace and blessings. We'll see y'all. Sko Buffs.
Sko Buffs.